Hello and welcome. I am Lindsay, the outreach manager and longtime employee with evanhealy. And I'm here today with our friends Wayne Dunn from Baraka and Jeremy Sue with the Burn Design Lab. And today we're here to share a little bit about the new improved Shea Nut Roaster project that we've all partnered together on. So I'm really excited that you are here with me today. Thank you both for joining me. And this month and last month, our Sanctuary program has contributed to the Burn Design Lab as our recipient for Sanctuary. And our Sanctuary program is an ongoing program that we have that has the intention of providing sanctuary for our skin, the earth, our ingredient suppliers, the stewards of the earth that provide us with the incredible ingredients we use in so many of our beloved products, and to different environmental and social justice organizations. And I couldn't think of a better group to speak with today than these two incredible individuals. Welcome. I'd like to start off by introducing Wayne. Wayne, could you tell us a little bit about yourself and about Baraka?
Well, thank you, Lindsay. We're excited to be here and excited for a partnership with Evan Healy, which goes back a long way, really to the origins of Baraka. Evan Healy was one of our earliest customers. Baraka started, it really started from a desire to support women in rural communities in Ghana, not with charity, not with philanthropy, but with a way of earning income, of having the dignity of income. So, and that was something that Evan Healy bought into immediately and wanted to be part of, that we wanted to bring high quality ingredients for the cosmetic and skincare industry to North America, but to do it in a way that provided demonstrable local economic impact and minimal environmental impact and positive environmental impact where we could. So that's how Baraka started. It literally ran off the corner of my desk for about a decade as I was running the Corporate Social Responsibility Training Institute and doing training and executive programs and consulting and lectures all over the world on that. And the social and environmental impact that we had built in with your help, with Evan Healy's help in the early days, really helped to drive Baraka. So it's been great. And I mean, we've partnered on so many things together. You guys have been there since the start. You helped us to build the very first Women's Enterprise Center. I could go on and on. I mean, Evan Healy, it's just been a great partner for us, and we're so excited to be part of this and to work with Jeremy and his team at the Burn Design Lab, because what they're doing fits so well with what Baraka is about and what Evan Healy is about.
Thank you, Wayne. We appreciate you so much, and this, long relationship we've had is just keeps blossoming and developing into more. And I'm so excited about this next project. And Jeremy, I would love for you to introduce yourself and tell us a little bit more about the Burn Design Lab.
Of course. Thank you, Lindsay, and thank you, Wayne. As you guys mentioned, my name is Jeremy Sue. I'm the project manager and lead engineer for this improved shea roaster project that we have going on at the Burn Design Lab team. And Burn Design Lab, we're an organization based here in the US. We're a nonprofit or NGO organization, and we focus on delivering and developing improved cook stoves and productive uses of biomass energy, such as an improved shea nut roaster for beneficiaries in low and middle income countries. With all of our projects, we've been to all over Africa. We started out in Kenya working on household cook stoves, both wood and charcoal burning cook stoves. We've done some work in Guatemala and Latin America. And we eventually brought ourselves and this project to West Africa when we originally partnered with an organization out there. And we've been developing an improved shea nut roaster. And we were very happy to partner with Baraka and Evan Healy in order to help implement some of these early pilot models as we begin to scale this project.
Wow. Thank you so much. Wayne, I wanted to ask you a little bit about this being the second Shea Nut Roaster project, and I know you were involved in the first round. Could you tell us a little bit about that?
Sure, I can, and I think it speaks to a lot of things. It speaks to the point that you can't get to perfection immediately. I mean, we don't get there. So, I mean, our whole history of partnerships and working together, I think we've been learning how to work together in a way that has more positive social and environmental impact and still supports both of our businesses. That's really the history of the relationship with evanhealy and Baraka. So when we first started, the women were roasting shea by putting the ground shea nuts in a big pot over an open fire and standing and stirring with a stick. And it was inefficient. It was burning. It was, they were inhaling smoke. It was just really a terrible process. And the innovation that happened at that time was, sort of like a barrel-like thing on its side that they turned with a crank on the handle, and it was a huge improvement. It improved the roasting, it improved the environmental efficiency, it improved the health and safety, it improved the economics. And when we saw that and we approached evanhealy, immediately you guys said, yeah, we're in. We're all about making things better at the very far reaches of the supply chain for the women who are doing the hard work to have the dignity of income. So when Jeremy approached us with this, I mean, it's just such a natural evolution for our partnership, and we were so excited when you guys jumped in and so enthusiastically on it. So who knows what comes next? But I mean, I think we've got more than 15 years of history between Baraka and evanhealy of trying to incrementally make things better and have more positive impact, with the women who make the shea butter and do the hard work.
Wow. Thank you, Wayne. And Jeremy, I'm really excited to hear about this new project and that you've been working on. And I am thrilled about all of the improvements, the improvement for the people doing the roasting. Also the improvement in that it reduces the amount of trees that need to be cut down with the biomass that you use. There's so many incredible things. Can you tell us a little bit more about your project?
Yeah, I'd be happy to. And I'll start with a little background just to frame it a little bit more. But we've been working on this project for, I think, about 4.5 years now. And the reason that we've been, I guess, taking that so much time is because we've been developing this product here in the US and this technology here in the US, but we also have to bring it over to Ghana and to West Africa in order to really understand what the need is. And we did all the preliminary research, and as we were developing these prototypes, we would bring them over on short trips and get some field testing and also plenty of user feedback from the women on how each of the prototypes were performing. And over the course of the last 2 years or so, we were getting very, very close where we were going out to the field, we were getting great performance data. But what we were really excited about was all the feedback we were getting from the women on how much they liked our roaster and this technology that they were hopefully going to use at some point. And speaking about the performance, the latest data that we've collected out in the field suggests that we are able to save up to 90% of that firewood use when compared to those traditional drum roasters like Wayne was talking about earlier. And the reason behind that is because we designed our combustion chamber where the fire is being burned and the wood or the fuel is being burned specifically for this biomass residue from the handcrafted shea butter process. So during the kneading and the boiling stage, they're able to extract some of the waste product or the residue from the shea nuts. And over the course of a couple of weeks, when it dries out in the sun, it turns into these either chunks or balls or even briquettes if certain cooperatives or centers are making it that way. And using that fuel, In the traditional roasting drums, in that large firebox that's uninsulated, it does not burn efficiently at all. So we're getting incomplete combustion, which means you're getting a lot more smoke and a lot more particulates that are exposed to the woman in the environment, which is terrible. So what we did was design this combustion chamber so that it's significantly smaller and also insulated with ceramic insulation or ceramic bricks in order to get that combustion chamber very hot, in order to get that complete combustion, which then burns very cleanly and effectively and efficiently. So speaking of the particulate matter and the smoke emissions, we're able to save up to 70% of those smoke emissions and reduce that exposure to the woman through the design of the combustion chamber and also our extended riser section and the dual smokestacks, which adds that natural draft. And with the smokestacks, they're up and above the woman's head so that even if any smoke does come out, it's rising up and over their head where they're not breathing it in directly when they're either standing over it with the pot and paddle, like Wayne was mentioning earlier, or even with the traditional roasting drums, where there's no cover over the top of it, where the smoke is just coming straight into their face every time they're roasting.
Wow, what an improvement. And I also was reading about the ergonomic improvements as well. So it seems like it's more functional in that way.
Yeah, definitely. And that's one of the things that we really wanted to look at, especially with all this user research and feedback that we were doing over the course of these 4 years. One of the things that we noticed with the traditional roasting drums is that they're very low to the ground. And that's good for certain things in order to get the drum closer to the fire. But what that means is the woman either have to crouch down pretty close to the ground, squat on top of I've seen like cinder blocks or rocks or a ledge next to it. And ergonomically, it's very uncomfortable. And after all the time that I've spent in Ghana, I've done my fair share amount of roasting on the traditional drums too. And I'm just personally very impressed on how these women are able to use these traditional drums every day or every week. Not only the smoke and heat exposure that they're exposed to, but ergonomically kind of being bent over all the time. And one of the things that we see too is that sometimes the woman will stand up when they're roasting with those traditional drums and start using their feet. And a lot of the women there and a lot of the people there are wearing sandals or barefoot, which causes some safety concerns, as you can imagine. So one of the things that we were looking at, which helped for not only the combustion purposes and the natural draft purposes, but we increased that height of the roaster drum above the fire so that it would be more ergonomic for the woman to be sitting in standard chairs or at a more natural height where they could also stand and do it if they needed to without being too bent over, but predominantly for when they're sitting in a standard chair height to roast that and rotate that drum.
Amazing. I know when I was reading some of the information you provided, one of the quotes that you referenced was that I can't remember exactly, but one of the women, it felt like she hadn't been roasting all day. And I know that that resonated with you.
Mhm.
It shows a lot about the amount of heart and love that goes into your project, that it's, not only is it more sustainable for the environment, but it's really improving the working conditions and the livelihood of all of the women doing the roasting. So
For
I
sure.
really
Yeah.
appreciate that.
Well, thank you, Lindsay. I always say that my favorite part about my job is being able to work with these women and really see how much of an impact we're able to make using our product and technology. And those quotes and moments and conversations I have with them are always near and dear to me. So I appreciate it as well. And thank you guys for helping support us in this project.
Of course, of course. And so with that, I guess, is there anything else you'd like to add, Wayne, before we finish up our conversation?
No, I think just, where it's all a journey, and we're fortunate to have Evan Healy and Burn Design Lab with us on this. You're helping us get to places we couldn't get to on our own. We're all about trying to use business to do good and make a difference, and you guys both just really help to make that possible. And like Jeremy, when when I'm in Ghana and to see the reaction from the women, it's so wonderful to to know how this makes a difference, environmentally, makes a difference health wise, makes a difference ergonomically and economically as well. They're able to do more and earn more. So appreciate you both being on this journey with us, and thanks to all of your teams, the whole team at Evan Healy and the whole team at Burn Design Lab. We're fortunate to be partnered with you.
Thank you.
Likewise, Wayne, thank you. I don't know if you guys knew this, but I seeked out Wayne for probably a couple months or so when we were both in Ghana. Our schedules just weren't aligning, and the reason that I really wanted to work with Wayne and pursue this partnership with him was just because of all the work that they've done in the past over at Baraka. That really involved not only the environment, but the woman predominantly as well. So I knew that they had the heart and the care for these women that are involved in their value chains. So that was one of the key reasons why we decided to partner with Baraka, and we're so glad that we then got involved with evanhealy as well through Wayne and Baraka, because as you guys have mentioned before, our vision and mission behind all of this work that we're doing really aligns and really resonates with a lot of the work that you all are doing as well. So I'm super grateful to be working on this project with you guys, and thank you for hosting us here on this interview.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you both so much for joining us. We love you both so much. And thank you for this important work you're doing, improving the world, in providing sanctuary for all. And so much gratitude for you taking time with Evan Healy and myself today. And thank you everyone who joined us to learn a little bit more about Evan Healy, Baraka, and the Burn Design Lab. And so thank you, Wayne. Thank you, Jeremy. Thank you, everyone. Have a beautiful day.
Thank you.
Thank you.